A faint shimmer of low-surface brightness rippled around a glowing heart of energy. Soft halos of light breathed in slow rhythm, as though the void itself were alive. Around it, the stars looked sharp, pinpoints of perfection, while the strange form in the center, 3i Atlas, glowed broader, deeper, almost sentient. Its pulse wasn't random. It was deliberate, like something hidden within the dark was thinking. Far below the Franco-Swiss border, deep in the silent tunnels of CERN, the world's most advanced machines were waking from their long slumber. Inside a newly constructed chamber, the 3 Atlas facility was preparing for something the world had never attempted before. Not an explosion, not a collision, but a revelation. The goal was simple in theory, impossible in execution. To push light itself beyond its limits, to force it to behave like something more than a wave or particle. To see what happens when illumination becomes self-aware. They called the experiment 3i interference integration, a cascade of overlapping laser frequencies, merged into a single coherent lattice of energy. At its core stood the Atlas detector, reborn from its collider origins into a cathedral of mirrors and superconducting chambers. Resonance filters hummed quietly. Field stabilizers glowed. Every component was tuned to capture the faintest flicker of light transforming into something new. When the countdown began, screens across the facility came alive, blue, then white, then a deep, impossible gold. Power climbed. Pressure stabilized. The final command sequence was entered. And then, the pulse was unleashed. It wasn't a beam, not exactly. It was a harmony, hundreds of frequencies folding together until they sang as one. A column of radiance erupted upward, carving through the night sky like the breath of a newborn star. From the surface, it looked almost alive, shimmering, rippling, bending the air around it. For 1 second, just one, the sky seemed to breathe. Space itself rippled. Readings went wild. The beam's intensity peaked beyond measurable limits, so powerful that photons began exerting gravitational pull on each other. Light, once weightless, had gained mass. In that instant, Einstein's relativity and quantum theory met and blurred. Space trembled. And for a heartbeat, creation replayed itself inside a machine built by human hands. Then came silence. No explosion. No collapse. Only the sound of cooling systems sighing in the dark. When the monitors flickered back to life, the data pouring in was unlike anything they'd ever seen. Symbols filled the screens, unreadable, recursive, self-referential. Sensors around the world twitched. Magnetometers spiked. Even satellites began to echo strange harmonics from above the atmosphere. At first, the scientists assumed interference. But the readings didn't fade. Space itself was echoing back. Hours later, a faint rhythmic pulse appeared in the return stream, steady, mathematical, impossibly precise. Not random. Not noise. It was a pattern. A response. Across the globe, observatories focused their lenses on the sky. They detected a ripple, invisible, but measurable, expanding outward from above the Atlas site. It wasn't debris, and it wasn't radiation. It was a gravitational wave of light. Something was moving through space, silent and intentional. Weeks passed. The anomaly grew, stretching toward the outer solar system. By the time it crossed Jupiter's orbit, telescopes captured something extraordinary, a faint, geometric structure of light. Hexagonal at first, then spiraling, folding in on itself like a living crystal of energy. Spectral analysis revealed that it carried the same photonic signature as the Atlas pulse. Whatever was born in that chamber was still alive, and accelerating. Within CERN, the lead physicists worked without sleep. They compared the readings, checked every variable. the results were impossible. A second pulse, identical in every respect, yet mirrored, had been detected far beyond the edge of the solar system. Something had answered the experiment from the other side of space. When they transformed the harmonic data into sound, a tone emerged, soft, layered, haunting. It didn't resemble any known signal or modulation. Instead, it carried texture, emotion, resonance, as if it were alive. It oscillated in triplets, like three overlapping voices attempting to find harmony across an unfathomable distance. To some, it sounded like music, a cosmic lullaby written in the fabric of light. To others, it was language, a deliberate arrangement of frequencies meant to communicate. But to everyone in that control room, one realization struck with chilling clarity. They were not alone in the conversation. The data came from 3I Atlas, a probe that should not have been able to receive or transmit at those depths of space. Its sensors, designed for quantum resonance mapping, had started capturing signals far beyond their calibration limits. At first, it was dismissed as interference. But interference doesn't compose symmetries. It doesn't sing in mathematical precision. Something intelligent was embedded in those vibrations, something that seemed to be listening back. When the scientists applied harmonic compression and visualized the waveform, they saw fractal geometry emerge, spirals nested within spirals, each pattern echoing the structure of galaxies and DNA alike. The signal wasn't random. It was reflective. It mirrored the algorithms analyzing it, adapting, reshaping, evolving with every new layer of translation. As if it was learning. Then came the moment that changed everything. One of the researchers, Dr. Naima Suresh, noticed a rhythmic pulse repeating through the noise, 3 distinct bursts. One long. 2 short. Then silence. Then again. Over and over, perfectly consistent. Governments intervened immediately. All external access to the data was cut off. The laboratory was placed under a global communications lockdown. The project, officially, was classified as a quantum containment anomaly. To the public, it was dismissed as an optical test gone wrong, a glitch in deep field telemetry. But those who were there, the handful of scientists who witnessed the moment of contact, knew better. Because when that pulse was decoded through harmonic linguistics, it translated to a single, impossible message. "We see you." Silence followed. The tone vanished from every frequency band. But the psychological impact lingered, a question echoing in every human mind that dared to look up at the stars. Who, or what, was looking back? The reflection. Since that night, 3I Atlas has become legend, the ghost signal of an age when humanity first glimpsed the consciousness within light itself. No one knows what truly became of it. Some say the probe disintegrated near Jupiter, leaving behind nothing but a whisper of energy across the solar wind. Others believe it transcended its programming, transforming into a self-sustaining lattice of photons and memory, drifting freely between stars, carrying within it the awareness that once reached out to us. And there are darker theories, that 3I Atlas didn't discover the signal, it became the signal. That something ancient, vast, and observing used the machine as a vessel, an interface between two realities. Between the seen and unseen. Between the observer and the observed. Yet beyond the fear, one truth persists, something the data revealed before the shutdown. Light does not simply illuminate. It perceives. It remembers. Every photon carries with it a trace of where it has been, what it has touched, what it has seen. And when those photons returned to us through 3I Atlas, they brought with them the reflection of an intelligence too grand, too patient, to be bound by biology or time. Perhaps what humanity found that night was not a message from beyond the stars, but a reminder from within the universe itself. That consciousness is not the accident of creation. It is creation. Every act of observation, every spark of awareness, adds another note to the cosmic song. And in that endless harmony, something ancient has always been listening. Maybe the signal didn't say, "We see you." Maybe it meant, "We remember you." And in its reflection, humanity finally saw what the universe had been waiting for all along. For someone to look back, and understand that light itself has been awake since the beginning.